an art knowledge research guide and a glossary of art terms. Art dictionary websites. artcyclopedia.com/scripts/glossary.html, zatista.com/art101 ilpi.com/msds/ref/index.html, the MSDS hyperglossary. arts.ouc.bc.ca/vr/glossary/glowshome.html, words of art, an online glossary of theory and criticism for the arts. artmuseums.harvard.edu/sargent@harvard/drawing-glossary.html, a drawing glossary. artlex.com, freeartdictionary.com, tate.org.uk, art terms. oxfordartonline.com, symbols.com. Art encyclopedia websites. artcyclopedia.com covers almost everything in art for free. the-art-world.com/art-info.htm, artconversation.com, safran-arts.com, wikiart.org, oxfordartonline.com, artlex.com, theartstory.org, visual-arts-cork.com, worldhistory.org. Art quote websites. art-quotes.com, artquotes.net. Academic art websites. bc.edu/bc_org/avp/cas/fnart/artweb.html, art on the web, extensive compilation of art and art history resources. rubens.anu.edu.au, artserve, art and architecture mainly from the Mediterranean. cc.columbia.edu/cu/libraries/individuals/avery/dap.html, Avery Images, RLG Digital Image Access Project DIAP. cgfa.sunsite.dk, Carol Jackson presents fine art, biographies, and large pictures. dizzy.library.arizona.edu/images/image_projects.html, clearinghouse of image databases. collegeart.org/caa/about-caa/index.html, College Art Association. getty.edu/research/index.html, getty.edu/research/conducting_research, conducting research, list of and links to online research resources at the Getty. getty.edu/research/conducting_research/vocabularies, the Getty Vocabulary Program. getty.edu/research/conducting_research/vocabularies/AAT, Art and Architecture Thesaurus Online. getty.edu/research/conducting_research/vocabularies/TGN, TGN. Getty Thesaurus of Geographic Names. getty.edu/research/conducting_research/vocabularies/Ulan, Ulan, Union List of Artist Names. groveart.com, Grove Dictionary of Art. beloit.edu/tilde-arthist/history-of-art/index.htm, History of Art. huntington.org/research-div/artrace.html, Huntington Library Research Materials in Art History. iconclass.nl, Iconclass homepage, iconography into 10 main divisions. utsystem.edu/ogc/intellectual property/image.htm, copyright and image management. utsystem.edu/ogc/intellectual property/imagguid.htm, educational fair use guidelines for digital images. lib.uwaterloo.ca/society/finearts_soc.html, resources of scholarly societies. cirrus.si.edu, Cirrus, Smithsonian Institution Research Information System. ties.it/escultura/default_uk.htm, ties 1200 years of Italian sculpture, information and images on Italian sculpture. metmuseum.org, Timeline of Art History. PrincetonOL.com, Princeton Online. Art research websites 1. ilpi.com/artsource/weidman.html, researching your art object. artdiscovery.net. American Society for AESTHETICS-online.org. Color in Motion, MariaClaudiaCortez.com. Color Matters, ColorMatters.com. Diffusion, intersections between live or performance art and film. diffusion.org.uk. Review NYC New York Art Exhibition Reviews. ReviewNewYork.com. Slotkin Letterly Slotkin.com. Why Are You Creative? WeRioCreative.com. Art research websites 2. Artcyclopedia.com. bbc.co.uk/arts/your paintings, aims to show the entire UK national collection of oil paintings. buildindex.de. culturalheritage.cc. culture.fr/sections/collections/motor_collections. Europeana.com. Frick Art Reference Library. frick.org/library. Eugen van Nederland.nl/?en/homepage. Getty Research Institute. getty.edu/research/institute. Historians of Netherlandish Art HNA. hnanews.org. metmuseum.org/research, the Metropolitan Museum of Art Research Department. nga.gov/resources/dldesk.htm, the National Gallery of Art Research. nyu.edu/gsas/department/fine art/index.htm. okula.com, online arts platform, art galleries, exhibitions, and artists. researchcatalog.net, research catalog, database for artistic research. The International Council of Museums ICOM. icom.museum. United States Clark Art Institute, Williamstown, MA. clarkart.edu/library. Art Reference and Research Library. vads.ac.uk/collections/nearp/index.php. Art Knowledge Websites. abccrafts.com. absolutearts.com. allianceforarts.com. art.shawguides.com. artcalendar.com. artcyclopedia.com, Artcyclopedia. artdealers.org, Art Dealers Association of America. artinstitutes.edu. artist-info.com. artistmarket.com. artistresource.org. artistsnetwork.com. artistsnetwork.com. artistspool.org. artistswyattwork.com. arts.endow.gov. arts.gov. artsactionfund.org, Arts Action Fund. artsandcraftsassociation.com. artsandcraftshows.net. artschools.com. artseek.com. artselectory.com, Art Directory and Artist Resource Guide. artshub.com.au, Australian arts workers. artsjournal.com. artsmartindiana.org, discover the history of Indiana artists and art as well as resources for students. artsology.com, teach kids about the arts, visual art, music, literature, and dance. artsource.com. artsquad.com. artsresourcenetwork.net. artsusa.org. artswire.org. artworkers.asn.au. conceptart.org. conceptart.org/forums. craftcouncil.org, list of craft suppliers. craftmarketer.com. craftshouseUSA.com. craftsmanperspective.com. craftsmansguild.org. craftweb.com. creativecauldron.com. creativelatitudes.com, art blogs. edcitement.nih.gov, the best of the humanities on the web. eduweb.com. moma.org/interactive/art-safari/index.html, learning about art by looking and sharing interpretations from the Museum of Modern Art. partnershipmovement.org/tools-resources/toolkits. portfolio-4u.com. portfolios.com. portrait-artist.org, tips on how to draw faces and portraits. theheartnewspaper.com. theatrepreneur.com, art marketing and business knowledge for artists. visualartdallas.org. wdl.org/n, World Digital Library. whitcombe.sbc.edu/artlinks.html, art history resources on the web. wwar.com, worldwide arts resources. youtharts.artsusa.org, Yout Arts Toolkit. Chapter 2. Some art terms. Glossary of art terms. Abstract painting, aka non-figurative painting, relies on colors, lines, and shapes instead of recognizable images. Abstract expressionism, school of painting that flourished after World War II to the early 1960s, art is chiefly improvisational. Academic art, art sanctioned by rules, an official institution, academy, or school, conservative and lacking in originality. Acrylic, painting process involving fast-drying paints, resemble watercolor or oil paintings. Americana, American folk art. Analogous colors, closely related hues that are neighbors on the color wheel, blue, blue-green, and green. Archival matting used to preserve a work of art, acid-free and usually 100% cotton. Art Deco, mathematical geometric shapes, a popular international design movement from 1925 until 1939. Art Nouveau, organic floral and plant-inspired designs, stylized, flowing meandering forms. Japanese woodcuts was a major influence on this movement. Backlighting, light from behind a subject. Balance, elements of art create a feeling of stability in a work. Baroque, art movement of the Counter-Reformation 17th century, mostly in Catholic countries, emotion, movement, and variety. Black and white photography, monochromatic process also referred to as grayscale photography. Botanical art, plants. Caricature, the subject's distinctive features or peculiarities are exaggerated. Charcoal, sketch in the composition prior to painting. Color photography, colors that are produced chemically during the processing phase. Commercial art, art made for money and business. Complementary colors, two hues opposite one another on a standard color wheel, placed together make the other appear brighter. The complementary color of red is green, of blue is orange, and of yellow is purple. Composition, form a whole. Content, the meaning, significance, or aesthetic value. Cool colors, green, blue-violet, and violet. Conceptual art, intent is to convey a concept. Constructivism, a modern art movement to create abstract sculpture for an industrialized society, glass, plastic, steel, and chrome. Contemporary art, art since World War II. Encaustic, paint mixed with melted wax then heat after application on the surface. English art, English landscape, coastal, and sea paintings. Expressionism, art movement of the early 20th century, realism and proportion was replaced by the artist's emotions. Folk art, either someone with no formal training or art that is typical of a region. Form, the shape or structure of an object. Fresco, wall painting on plaster. Glazing, applying a transparent layer of oil paint over a solid one to enhance color. Gold leaf/silver leaf, gold or silver, beaten into thin sheets for gilding. Gothic medieval art periods such as early Christian art, Migration period, Celtic art, Byzantine art, Islamic art, pre-Romanesque Romanesque art Gothic art. Gouache, painting similar to watercolor more opaque and reflective white chalk in the paint. Grayscale, an image containing shades of gray, black and white. Harmony, the pleasing interaction of the elements as a whole in a piece of artwork. Hue, name of a color, such as red. Impasto, thick layers of paint. Impressionism, the title of a work by Claude Monet called Impression, Sunrise, a 19th-century art movement. Visible brush strokes, emphasis on light as it changes and evolves throughout the day. Matting, cardboard or ragboard that separate the painting from the frame and glass. Metaphysical art, Italian art movement, dreamlike paintings of idealized Italian cities with statues, trains, and mannequins. Mixed media, art created by employing combination of mediums. Mixed media photography, photography that uses a variety of techniques. Modernism, the late 19th and early 20th century, rejected the old standards, used scientific knowledge, technology, or practical experimentation. Monochromatic, a single hue. Naive art, peasant art, and primitive art, childlike, primitive depiction of life. Neoclassical, after AD 1765, strong clean colors with contrasting lights and darks. Neutral colors, colors that blend with all other colors to alter their intensity. Black, white, gray and brown are neutral colors. Oil painting, pigments that are bound with an oil medium. Orientation, horizontal, vertical or diagonal. Painting, art created by applying paint to a flat surface such as canvas or paper. Pastel, combination of pigment and binder forming colored sticks. Pen and ink, drawing using black ink. Photography, art of creating a still picture on film. Photorealism, evolved from the pop art movement. Relied on photographs to execute their works. Plein air, landscapes painted outdoors. Pointillism, painting small dots of primary colors on the painting surface. Pop art, this 20th century art movement. Images of popular culture, Andy Warhol. Postmodernism, art that emerged after modernism in the late 20th century, many sub-movements: installation art, conceptual art, intermedia, and performance art. Pre-Raphaelite, mid-19th century avant-garde English painters devoted to nature, favored hyperrealism in their art. Primary colors, red, blue and yellow. Realism, commonplace themes. Repetition, use of the same visual element or visual effect a number of times. Romanticism, emotional and dramatic. Secondary colors, mixtures of two primary colors red and yellow make orange, yellow and blue make green, and blue and red make violet. Sepia photography, black and white photographs bleached and dropped into a sepia bath. Surrealism, surprise and unexpected compositions. Tempera, egg tempera, paintings made with pigments egg medium. Texture, the feel of the canvas. Unity, the oneness or wholeness. Watercolor, water-soluble paints. Warm colors, red-violet, red, red-orange, yellow-orange, and yellow.